Hello and welcome. Yes, sorry for this awkward start. We're back. Hello and welcome to the Wednesday installment of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Good to be back. And of course, markets, the great descent into El Diablo hasn't occurred yet. We're still bitterly clinging on to 46K support, beginning to look like we might in fact wander up and stop out people in the other direction. The volatility is it's challenging, and it's out here to challenge the best of us. We're gonna of course plot the course. What comes next? Follow through. We'll get into all of that. A relief rally. Yes, we do have our analysts with us to talk about it all. They're going to get into the TA in just a bit. Let's hear from them now. Alex and Jason, they're with us this afternoon. How you guys doing?
Oh, I'm well, thank you.
Good stuff. Jason?
I'm doing beautiful. Beautiful afternoon. Got a good workout in this morning. ADA hit TP1 on our short yesterday, and we're getting a little bit of a relief here. So everything's going swimmingly, man.
Yeah, it's nice to be on the right side shorting a behemoth like our Cardano. Yes, it's had an epic run up, so I guess it was a choice pick for that short.
I was actually surprised with the volatility that we had that I was able to take any of the signals, because usually you'd have a candle size violation on a lot of those, and we did. We had quite a few of those, but ADA and AVE just had gotten bought back enough to where I could take it. So.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and continue, guys. We do have, an hour and a half ahead of us of excitement planned. We are going to, of course, cover everything from a little bit of recent news, get into crypto bubble, see what the performing alts are today, and, of course, we'll shout out the audience. We're going to open a DLive chest toward the end for you guys, and, we're going to cover the main TA portion in a little bit as well, get into your requests toward the end. You know how the show breakdown usually goes. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. How's audio levels, guys? Is the music too loud? Do let me know in the chat if everyone is coming across clearly and loud enough for you. All right, let's get into the news, guys. As always, links to these stories will be in the description below after the show winds down. Here's the first piece from Bitcoin Magazine. Edward Snowden. Global Bitcoin game theory is about to get played out. All right, so Snowden weighing in on El Salvador's as he calls it, pawn to E4 move, and it's going to pressure other nations to adopt Bitcoin. The game theoretic facet of Bitcoin's adoption might soon start playing out in global geopolitics. Famous whistleblower Edward Snowden tweeted about it yesterday, highlighting that Bitcoin favors those that adopt it early, thereby putting pressure on other nations who might be penalized for being laggards. Quote, today Bitcoin was formally recognized as legal tender in its first country, tweeted Snowden. Quote, beyond the headlines, there is now pressure on competing nations to acquire Bitcoin, even if only as a reserve asset, as if it's designed massively incentivizes early adoption. It certainly does. Snowden's tweet quoted from another Bitcoin Magazine alumni, Aaron Van Weerdum, who's currently in El Salvador, and he announced the journalist's ability to pay for his McDonald's breakfast with Bitcoin through the Lightning Network. Van Weerdum said he wanted to test if he could use his Bitcoin to purchase everyday goods in a mainstream global chain when Bitcoin officially became legal tender in the Central American country. Quote, but lo and behold, McDonald's printed a ticket with a QR code that took me to a webpage with a Lightning invoice, and now I'm enjoying my desayuno tradicional. Desayuno? What's a desayuno tradicional? Is that just like a classic?
It's probably their version of a Big Mac.
All right, maybe their Big Mac.
Isn't that kind of funny? You've been talking about this in the past. We talked about this a long time ago about adoption. You're like, yeah, people are going to be using. You were denying that anyone would ever be using their Bitcoin to buy some McBucks. Like, you made that joke forever ago, and now first thing they go to is a McDonald's.
Yes, guys. What can I say? I plot the trends. I can see.
What are you, The Simpsons?
The hamburger, yes, right. The predictive programming live here on CC every day. I think it's a breakfast. I just googled desayuno tradicional, and it looks like a breakfast meal. So the man got his McGriddle on over at the El Salvadorian McDonald's, and he paid for it with Lightning, guys. That's super cool. McDonald's, the chain, is accepting Lightning payments in El Salvador. How long until the local McDonald's in your area potentially adopts some of their El Salvador tech and brings Bitcoin Lightning payments to their terminals? That would be super cool. I do know that a long time ago I onboarded some money onto the Lightning network. Excuse me just one second here. I onboarded some money onto the Lightning network, and yeah, it's sitting in my wallet now. So I think I sent like $40 way back in the day, $20 I think actually way back in the day to the Lightning wallet, and now I look at it, it's worth like almost $500. So I've got at least $500 worth of Big Macs in my Lightning wallet ready to spend. So McDonald's, if you're listening,
It's on you, bud.
yeah, it's all Macs all around.
Max all around.
If they're listening,
Extra max sauce. Man's wealthy.
yeah. Yes, give me the McChicken sauce on top. Don't call it mayo though. Trust nodes. Let's get into this piece from Trust Nodes next. Yes, this is kind of dovetailing from something we already heard. I know we talk a lot about fast food, but here is more retailers effectively accepting Bitcoin in El Salvador. McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Corpse. Never heard of Corpse. I guess that's an American chain. Quote, who wants Pizza Hut? El Salvador's president publicly asked while sharing the above image on the day a new law came into force that makes it mandatory to accept Bitcoin in the country for all merchants that have technical means to do so.
I think that just means corporations start accepting Bitcoin.
Okay, yeah, could very well be the case.
It just says Pizza Hut and McDonald's, so it's like not
Oh,
Corpse.
Corpse. Gotcha, corporations. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know how I didn't see that. Corpos indeed start accepting Bitcoin in El Salvador. Mandatory to accept Bitcoin. Yes. I mean, we've already covered this. Here is the. Oh, yes. So it was a sandwich. Here is indeed the not the sandwich, but the breakfast. The breakfast paid for. What is this? Fish? Fish for breakfast in El Salvador? Man, McDonald's menus are so different around the world. What more is there to add? I can't cover too much journalists eating McDonald's in foreign countries news, but that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get to this piece from the Block Crypto. Robinhood announces new crypto investing feature as it looks to bulk up offerings. Robinhood announced Wednesday a new feature for its crypto product lineup that will allow users to automatically make investments in the market on a recurring basis. The latest new feature for a fast-growing part of the company's business. All right, recurring buy. Is this not super revolutionary, but I guess Robinhood kind of working to stay relevant. Let's just go over here real quick. 1 second, guys. Got to make a slight adjustment. All right, we're good. Now, the brokerage app company said that feature would help reduce the impact of crypto's volatility by allowing users to invest in intervals rather than large lump sums. A strategy known as dollar cost averaging. The product will be available to select number of users starting Wednesday. You know what? It is a good idea. Too many people who are like waiting to buy. They're like, oh, I'll buy the next dip. Then dip comes. They don't buy the dip. They panic. They get afraid. Then the price reverses, like it probably will this week, maybe on this huge dump. You think anybody's buying this dump? Maybe not. And a
lot of people are buying this dump. Maybe that's the problem.
That too, potentially. But my current frame of thinking is about the unsavvy investor who promises to buy low but doesn't because he gets afraid, and then FOMOs in when the price is breaking out again. If you don't want to be that guy, maybe Robinhood's their recurring buy might be for you. Set it and forget it type of thing. I know it might not be for us here in the CC community. We are, of course, traders. We're very active with our portfolio management. But hey, maybe this will help more people throw their money into regularly throw their money into the black hole known as crypto. I guess Robinhood still working to keep retail investment interested. All right, let's keep rolling. Yes, this is a little, we covered, actually we haven't gotten into the bubbles yet, but this will, of course, reveal the mystery behind the big SHIB pump. Dogecoin rival source 30% on the Coinbase listing. So if you're wondering why SHIB, the Dogecoin rival Shiba Inu, pumped severely today, Coinbase Pro listing, the Coinbase effect. The professionally oriented arm of the top U.S. exchange announced earlier today. Inbound transfers of the K9 crypto are already available in all supporting jurisdictions, and trading on SHIB will kick off 4 p.m. UTC September 9th if the necessary liquidity conditions are met. All right, not a whole lot more to add to that. If you're wondering why SHIB pumped, there you go. Jason, should have bought SHIB back when you said so. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll live. We'll live without the SHIB.
We do this every day, man. There'll be plenty of opportunities.
No kidding. ZY Crypto, let's see here on Bitcoin getting to 100K. Chainalysis CEO tells us how long the crypto rally will last. All right, so if you need something a little hopium on this Wednesday evening, this dumpy first month of September, here's a little something to get those bullish juices flowing. Michael Groninger, CEO of Chainalysis, has stated that he expects the price of Bitcoin to go above 100,000 by the end of the year, or at the very least early next year. So it kind of aligns with, I think, what a lot of us here in the space are thinking. He made the call while speaking with Bloomberg's Emily Chang in an interview where he talked about the prospects and challenges of the crypto industry. The CEO is bullish on Bitcoin for the long term, as he also claims that the crypto can see way higher prices. Groninger also noted that the market cycle has been alternating between bear and bull markets. According to him, Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are the most solid cryptocurrencies, have been in the trend where they grow year on year. They grow faster sometimes and slower in other years. These usually coincided with the bull market and the bear market. While in the bear market, there are usually lots of interesting things being built, which later facilitates a new bull market. Yes, indeed. All very familiar, I think, talking points to us here on the show. The stance has been corroborated by other analysts who also expect Bitcoin to tag $100,000 value by December. Blah, blah, blah. We know Plan B stock to flow model. Let's see here. Significantly, the model has mirrored the market in the last 3 months. Yada, yada, yada. I don't really need to go over too much. Of course, he mentioned developments in El Salvador, global...
You can mirror it? Like...
What's that?
They said it's mirrored for the last 3 months. Is that making the assumption that it's going to continue to mirror it? Like,
a little bit, or at the least, it does so in phases. It does in phases. Yeah, the stock to flow model. It's. I wouldn't say it's necessarily accurate, or at least something to hang your hopes on, but it's just happened to be somewhat roughly charting Bitcoin's growth over the years. Let's see here. Anything else really to mention on this one? CEO is not too concerned about El Salvadorians saying they're not open to receiving Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. Yep, probably some people are stubborn. Speaking about the growing regulatory scrutiny and distrust of crypto, CEO brushed it off as a temporary stop on the way to broader adoption. This is due to the fact that cryptos are currently misconceived as being dark and anonymous, while on the contrary, they are most transparent asset class that currently exists. He also attributes the regulatory scrutiny to the amount of financial innovation happening in the crypto industry. Final quote, financial innovation is far bigger on the crypto side of the market than on the traditional finance side, he says, adding, of course, that will be challenged and give a lot of conversation with the SEC and others. He, however, looks forward to a positive future. All right, so CEO, he's not a nobody. He's a guy, I guess, who's very much in charge of the data, trying to plot, the metrics. And, well, apparently he's convinced 100K for Bitcoin and a year. All right, I know we have some Kusama fans up in the house. I know I'm one of them. Kusama parachain auction won by Kilt, decentralized identity project. The parachain slot is now booked by Kilt. Indeed, Kilt happens to also be a project that I'm also an early investor in. So congrats to the Kilt team and Kusama on their parachain auction. Everything going along swimmingly there. All right, final item. Very final item to cover here, guys. The link will be below. All right, so here's a tweet from Coinbase. After months of trying to engage with the SEC government on our planned Coinbase Lend product, we recently received notice that it intends to pursue legal action against us. We believe dialogue is at the heart of good regulation, even if the SEC may not. All right, so Coinbase sounding off a little bit today. Apparently the SEC is pursuing legal action against them because their crypto lend product, they're not feeling this crypto Coinbase Lend. Let's go into this next one here. Here's a Twitter tweet thread from Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong himself, and he breaks this whole drama down. Let's read a couple comments of his. One, some really sketchy behavior coming out of the SEC recently. It's time for story time. Millions of crypto holders have been earning yield on their assets over the last few years. It makes sense. If you want to lend out your funds, you can earn a return. Everyone seems happy with this arrangement. A bunch of great companies in crypto have already been offering versions of this for years. Coinbase came out recently and said we would be launching our own Lend version, or our own version of Lend. We were planning to go live in a few weeks, so we reached out to the SEC to give them a friendly hands up and briefing on our plans for Coinbase Lend. They responded by telling us the Lend feature is also a security. Okay, seems strange. How can lending be a security? So we asked the SEC to help us understand and share their view. We always want to make an effort to work proactively with regulators and keep an open mind. They refused to tell us why they think it's a security and instead subpoenaed a bunch of records from us, and we complied, demanding testimony from our employees, which we complied, and then we told us that we'd be suing us if we proceeded to launch with zero explanation as to why. All right. Well, it goes. This thread goes on. If you guys want to learn more about this does go on. He does break it down in quite a bit of detail.
Yeah, you might as well finish it.
All right. Let's keep it rolling. Indeed. Let's finish it. Brian Ostrom continues. Look, we've committed to following the law. Sometimes the law is unclear, so if the SEC wants to publish guidance, we're also happy to follow that. It's nice if you actually enforce it evenly across the industry as well. But in this case, they're refusing to offer any opinion in writing to the industry on what should be allowed and why, and instead are engaging in intimidation tactics behind closed doors. Whatever their theory is here, it feels like a reach land grab versus other regulators. Meanwhile, plenty of other crypto companies continue to offer a Lend feature, but Coinbase is somehow not allowed to. Gensler, in his confirmation hearing, said, quote, "It's important for the SEC to provide guidance and clarity." Gensler said, "Sometimes that's a clarity that will be a thumbs up, but even if it's a thumbs down, it's important to provide that." Back on March 2nd, 2021. "If you don't want this activity, then simply publish your position in writing and enforce it evenly across the industry." Ostensibly, the SEC's goal is to protect investors and create fair markets. So who are they protecting here, and where is the harm? People seem pretty happy to be earning yield on these various products across lots of other crypto companies. Shutting these down would arguably be harming consumers more than protecting them, and by preventing Coinbase from launching the same thing that other companies already have live, they are creating an unfair market. In May of this year, I traveled to DC to meet with every regulator and branch of government I could. The SEC was the only regulator that refused to meet with me, saying, quote, "We're not meeting with any crypto companies." This was right after we became the first crypto company to go public in the US. Yeah, real cold shoulder treatment here from the SEC. I thought these guys were all cozy and chummy. Apparently not. Gensler had also confirmed just a month prior, so I brushed it off as the SEC is still getting its feet under itself. Now I'm not so sure. We've always tried to be good actors in the space, leaning into sensible regulation, even when it was difficult or expensive. We try to think about what products we would want for ourselves and what risks we would want for our families to be aware of before launching any product. We will keep following this approach. Yet here we're being threatened with legal action before a single bit of actual guidance has been given to the industry on these products. If we end up in court, we may finally get the regulatory clarity the SEC refuses to provide, but regulation by litigation should be the last resort for the SEC, not the first. Our door remains open. Hopefully SEC steps up and creates clarity for the industry as it deserves without harming consumers and companies. In the process, America could really use us all working together to figure this out right now. All right. Even Alex chiming in here on this Twitter thread, "Is my bank account a security? I've got a guaranteed return." Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any damn
Sorry,
sense.
yeah. So I definitely had an opinion on it. Someone was like, "Oh no, well, if it's guaranteeing a return, it's security." And that sounds like a really dumb argument. I can think of plenty of guaranteed returns that aren't securities. And a bank account is one of them, and that's essentially what the Coinbase Lend is. It's sort of compound style. You just deposit your money, and then you get a percentage on it, much like a savings account, or at least like a savings account used to be.
Used to be, precisely, yeah. And maybe this is where
perhaps the SEC has forgotten when people actually got yield on their savings. But It was once a thing.
Yes, such a foreign idea that they completely objected to it. They're like, "What? This sounds like security. Who pays interest on savings?"
Yeah.
how far we've come that the SEC is vehemently objecting to something as simple as paying a few points. But I get it. It threatens the system a little bit. We're heading into the realm of, zero rates, negative rates, and here is something that's paying like a competitive savings rate. Maybe that's their whole beef with it, guys. So there you go. I will, of course, leave the links to these stories, this Twitter thread, and more in the YouTube description after the show if you guys want to check out any further detail into any of these things we covered today. But it is 1:30. We have taken a generous amount of time to cover the news today. It was good. I certainly do enjoy recapping things with you guys, but now it's time to get into the bubbles. What's going on in the...
This is like the standard amount of time we spent.
Uh,
Or call it extra generous.
It's not too over.
About the half-hour mark.
Lately I have been kind of clearing through the news as early as quarter after or 20 after. So today was an extra 5 or so minutes, but no big deal, guys. Let's keep the ball rolling. I do this simply because I think the show in the near future is going to have some, editorial revisions. We're going to change up maybe how long we stream for, etc. I'm trying to keep things brisk. Things need to run along quickly. Time is money, and I'm sure everybody in the audience doesn't want to sit here and just watch 2 hours drone on and on. We got to knock out everything as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead and get into the bubbles. What's going on today? All right. Well, it's a bit of a mixed bag, mostly in the red as you'd expect. The bleeding from yesterday was painful, but impressively enough, quite a few coins have bucked the trend. SHIB, we already mentioned, it's up nearly 20% today, thanks to the big Coinbase listing. Apparently, a lot of Coinbasers can't get enough of meme coins. SHIB went up 20%. All right, beyond that, some massive, very impressive gains. ALGO is up. I don't know what happened. Was there some big news item? 36.5% according to Bubbles. That's on a normal day would be impressive. On a day where we've seen a dramatic market pullback, ALGO up 36%. My hat's off to ALGO holders out there.
Well, I think ALGO and NEAR are both benefiting from Ethereum gas fees. They're also Ethereum alternatives.
Indeed.
And so is one.
Indeed. Yes, and so is one. Yep. So NEAR protocol up nearly 34%, right on the heels of ALGO's big gains. IOST up 21%. That's nothing to sneeze at. Harmony Chain up nearly 10%. All right. Among the other decent gainers today, Kusama. Wow, Kusama's doing pretty good. Has bucked some of this trend as well. Kusama is still above $344. Kusama's up 6% today. Tron. Yeah, another Ethereum competitor, 8.5% on Tron today. Luna up almost 13%.
See that Bybit just added Tron.
They did. AMP, that's good to know. AMP is up 8%. Leo is up 8%. Waves up 10%. HBAR, haven't seen HBAR come through here in a while. HBAR's up 8% as well. All right, and a smattering of other losers. Uni is down 6%, and FTM down 12%, TEL down 13%. Some losers in between here, but some alts seriously bucking the trend. The fact that it's not all deep red today, there's some green, makes me wonder. Maybe this is maybe the worst of it. Maybe this is where we're going to cling on to support and see alts spread their wings and fly again. I guess that remains to be seen. I'll save the TA for the next few minutes because our analysts are going to be up next right after this segment where I shout out the audience. Let's see who's kicking it with us this Wednesday hump day afternoon in the chat. Let's take a look. All right, Mr. Ether, as far as I can tell, you were first in the chat. Hex all-time high again. No need to look at it. Well, thank you for the Hex all-time high reminder, Mr. Ether. Indeed. X just doesn't stop. BeFree7. Well, shoutouts to BeFree7 on DLive. Looks like a new user to me. Don't recognize that name. Shoutouts to you. Blackbird987 says dump it. Dump it. Nick K over on YouTube. I know we looked at Algo yesterday, but can we take another look at it now that it broke out today? Yeah, Nick K. I will add Algo to the request line. Stand by. Let's hear Taz Blitz. Big shouts to Taz. Ooh, Justin Wise returns to the live chat. He's in the chat, guys. It's the real Justin Wise, too. So if you missed him yesterday in the live chat, well, here's an opportunity to say hello to him now. Mr. H, evening all. Big shout-outs to Mr. H. Gravy Grits and Greens, a.k.a. Joe Mama, over on DLive. Hey, all. Guess who didn't get wrecked yesterday? The guy who doesn't even trade or doesn't ever trade against the weekly trend because he learned his lesson. Yes, Joe Mama learned his lesson. He's kind of added another qualifier to his system, and that is don't trade against the weekly trend, and it kept him out of trouble yesterday. So big shout out to Joe Mama. We're learning, we're growing, we're doing great. Joe Mama, it's so good to have you back in the community. Let's continue. Let's see here. Jason says sometimes not getting wrecked is even better than winning a trade. Yeah, it is. Avoiding.
Yeah, when you see like just everyone in panic and like if you've been through it before, you know how it feels. Like you're like, fuck, I missed that one. Like it just pisses you off. But then when you see it happen, you know everyone else got wrecked, but you're like, I'm perfectly fine. Like sometimes that's even better.
Yes, indeed. It's there's something to be said about 100 gains, or 100 winning trades might not do anything, but just one loser totally spoils your mood. It's just how it goes. Let's have a look here. Joe Mama, yes, this. Thank you. Nice hash login. Wants to look at FEG on ChartX. Well, hang tight. I'll add that to the request line. Mr. Ether confirming sound is good. Thank you, Mr. Ether. X Windor, that's Spanish for traditional breakfast. Well, thank you, Mr. X Windor. I think we finally figured out the mystery of the McDonald's El Salvadorian breakfast. I know, right? Like, isn't Spanish like this official second language for you Americans down there? Nice hash login. Probably WBTC, but cheaper works for them. All right. Not sure about Wrapped, what we're talking about, Wrapped Bitcoin relates to, but let's keep it going. Be Free. Hey, Alex. Hey, Jason. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Be Free. Right on Rice. Hey, all. It's a lovely day to hit a wall. Oh. Sell wall? Is that what we're talking about? Nice hash login. On using Lightning, wonder how cheap are fees. Lightning is super cheap. It's like practically zero fees. It's like 1 sat, I think, for most transactions. But you do have to like onboard your Bitcoin onto Lightning first. So you do have to pay like a traditional Bitcoin network fee to send it to like a Lightning contract, Lightning address. So you do, and then if you want to pull your money back onto the main chain, you're also gonna go through some fees. But yeah, one-time fee. You put it in the Lightning wallet. Maybe don't intend to ever remove it. Maybe so drop your week's worth of McDonald's breakfast monies into your Lightning wallet and let it ride in there until you got to top it off again, I guess, and buy more breakfast. Joe Mama, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's curious about the significant outliers that didn't get hit with the sell-off and recovered. Yes, mentioning ALGO among them. Indeed. I feel like the same thing with Solana. There's just a lot of people waiting to, I guess, buy the pullback. They didn't want to FOMO into the breakout, and a lot of limit orders, I guess, maybe got filled. Maybe people were looking to buy the dip, and that came through as the support on some of those outliers. Mr. Ether, you are the Mac Daddy. All right, not sure. Oh, the big Mac Daddy. All right, yes, certainly. Somebody around here got titled Mac Daddy, and that could very well be me. Rokoth on DLive. Howdy, partners. Have a lovely day. Mr. H, does anyone know the deal with Near? It's more than 10x for me, and I'm just wondering why it's up 40%. Well, man.
I think it's benefiting from Ethereum gas fees.
Indeed, gotta go look over on their Telegram or the Discord or the Reddit or something and see if there's something behind the news. I will do a little research in a few minutes in the background. Let's see here. Gotta knock out a couple more comments. We gotta get into the next part, guys. Dave Rice, big shout outs to you. B-Flow is in the chat. Hola indeed. All right. Is this an emoji? Is this German? I can't read it, but shout outs to Be Free. Let's see here. B-Flow, Mr. H. No. All right, let's go. Toes in the sand, Coinbase stock. If that's a request, yeah, sure. I will add Coinbase stock. Let's have a look here. And Profit Bear is with us as well. Shout outs to Profit Bear. And let's see here. Revolution requesting XRP. I see that. Chris Van Veen. Shout outs to Chris Van Veen in the YouTube chat writing hello. Nice to see you in the chat. All right, guys. I would love to read your comments, but there's so many of them today. The chat's very, very active. It's nice to have our people out here buzzing in the chat. But we got to get into the next segment. TA comes your way.
Normally we don't start it for another 10 minutes or so. Like, what's the rush?
No. Dude, have you not been watching the clock? Lately, I have been passing the torch to you by 1:30. So we're actually a little behind relative to where I'd like to be.
Okay, well,
Trust me,
right.
we've consolidated the schedule neatly in the last couple of weeks. You might not even be aware of it, but usually I push things off to you by 1:30. This is how we've been moving along so quickly lately. All right, guys. Not much rush. Maybe Alex doesn't want to hop on to the ones and twos and get onto the TA, but we have no choice. We got to get on there. Let's do it. Go live when you get a chance. Let's do it. All right, Alex just went live. We're looking at the BTC USD daily perp on BitMEX. We're all synced up. I'm going to hop into the live chat, guys, start extracting everyone's requests. In the meantime, let the boys hold it down, walk you through the markets.
A little bit of negative follow through today. Nothing really to say. It still looks pretty bad. I would be incredibly shocked if we just faded all this and ended up making new highs. We'll see. For right now, I remain bearish. Same thing here for Ethereum. We're below the daily baseline. Very sharp downturn here. There's a chance we could move up just a little bit more to try and retest this area, but most likely we'll reject and end up near the $2,500 range, at least I would imagine. This is the first place we're kind of targeting. Interestingly, Ethereum Bitcoin doesn't look too bad here. If we can finish the week above 0.077, then this could break out of this range. And so at that point, like point one would be just like pre-programmed. That'd be just the most likely thing here.
With Ninja Gaming. Lambo dreams, dropping Lambos.
Bitcoin dominance here is you need to get your mic fixed. I think it's just a little low, Jason. Bitcoin dominance here, kind of hanging out in the area that I would consider support. Whatever you want to call it. This the area of this ratio. 40% Bitcoin, 60% alts. Seems to be holding. Fairly decent recovery on Uniswap coins. I would consider this simply retracement on Dragon Perp here. This is just too rough of a drop here. I could see us coming up to retest resistance again, maybe. But then after that, I'd be looking for more downside, probably to this area that we were previously targeting. It just didn't quite get here.
Dead cat out.
Yep. Same for DeFi perp. Privacy perp. I'd be targeting at least 2,900 here. Exchange perp doesn't look like as bad, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's still not great. I wouldn't want to be long in this spot. We have more bearish divergences here, crawling below the baseline. Not something I'm super excited about. So this is probably telling us that we should really look to be on the sidelines here, or maybe even in some shorts. But this is also not the time to be grabbing my system. We're not anywhere. These would be initial shorts. We're just moved back below the baseline here, but we're not anywhere near below zero on our oscillator. WADA definitely likes the amount of momentum we have.
A lot of rising explosions as well.
Yeah, and some of them we've got enough volatility, but I it just doesn't feel like the right moment to pull the trigger, or maybe it is, and it's just I'm gonna have to miss the trade because the system's not ready. So sideways day on the dollar. That's sideways on Bitcoin, sideways dollar.
Most likely.
Nah, this is kind of an up day.
That's a pretty big day for the dollar.
Yeah. A little bit of retracement from how much we had risen earlier, but this is still a pretty strong candle. So Jason and I have presented here two possibilities. One is the ascending broadening wedge potential, where we slowly move up and find resistance at a new high, which is really the worst case scenario for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second possibility is the inverse head and shoulder scenario, where we make a previous high and then reject coming down, giving us a little bit more time to make money off of crypto, because that's what we want. Or we definitely want that thing. So this is the one that we're hoping for.
That thing.
Yeah. Dollar up, markets down. Traditional markets, let's see. Traditional markets down.
Short that shit.
Yeah. This does appear to have broken below our uptrend. Therefore, I say, not this one. This uptrend right here. Therefore, I say it's time to fire the missiles.
Get to the dollar. What you're doing? Wow. Arnold, you get to the DXC. Yeah, it's gonna be a big one. Go chase some waterfalls.
Okay, so we were already kind of looking to short yesterday. We got the continuation short signal right here. Today, WDAY is in love with this. Very happy. Volatility rising, momentum rising to the downside. I would be real shocked if tomorrow was an up day for the markets. This kind of looks like the calm before the storm today. NASDAQ, oof. Okay, exit signal here. Very strong exit signal. We don't really have a signal that we can short here. We just kind of suspect QQQ is going to reverse from this spot, but there's nothing we can do with this at this time. I'd definitely be out of these longs. And man, yesterday we were looking at some very strong FANG stocks. What happened?
They had a meeting and they're like, we're done.
Ooh. Okay, exit signal here for Facebook. We don't have a break of a trend or anything. No real weakness yet for Facebook. Although you have to wonder at last week's candle. That's not a strong candle. We'll see.
Peter.
Yeah. Interesting. Damn, darn it. Sorry, guys. We do have an exit signal here. And then hanging out inside of this liquidity of the high here. Maybe we will reject here. Yesterday it looked pretty strong. 1 second.
Yep, no problem. I am logging requests, guys. I got a decent amount of requests already in the bag. Shoutouts to B-Flow, Polly B, a few of the other people joining us a little late today in the chat. RJ Jamal, I see you. Big shoutouts to everybody in the chat. Oh yeah, Crypto Jenny joined us a little late as well. So shoutouts to you, and big shoutouts to who dropped Mr. It was Lambo Dreams. Moonbeams Lambo Dreams dropped a Ninja Genie. Damn, that's not even that's 1,000 lemons. Wow.
Oh my God. The generosity. Thank you.
Extremely generous. Thank you, Lambo Dreams. 1,000 lemons goes a long way. It makes up for the 1,000 lemons.
That's like 5 ETH worth of lemons.
Wow. Very generous.
Like 50 NFTs.
Yeah.
Who needs NFTs when you got lemons to squeeze? All right. Let's go ahead and let's continue the analysis.
Oh, well, thank you. I gotta say, this weekly candle is starting to look very rough here. On the daily, we have started to crawl beneath our moving average. Overall, this doesn't look great, but we still don't have like a real break here. We're still not below zero. We're still not below the daily baseline. So we just kind of suspect that we're going to be pulling back here on the SPY, but we haven't yet. And we've been suspecting for like 4 weeks now that we're going to be pulling back. So anytime now that the SPY wants to pull back, we'll get that. But I still feel bearish in this spot, and can't help but feel this is all going to get faded.
Same. I say you take that thing down all the way to 424.
Yeah. Palladium, ouch.
Did it again. Finally hitting that box.
Yeah. We're finally here in this box. From this box, I will admit, this is probably much less likely to be accurate from here. So, we've gotten pretty bearish. I would actually be surprised if we didn't bounce from this area and come all the way back up towards 2,500, maybe even a little bit higher here.
Leave.
So you guys know we've been expecting this for quite a while here on Palladium. As a matter of fact, since April, we've just been expecting Palladium to take a huge dump, and it just really has. Platinum breaking down really strongly here. I think we might end up near our other buy zone around 940.
Hey Jack, is there something wrong with my mic? People keep saying that it's really low, and it's no different for me.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
It's a little low. I have you like at 180%. I upped you just a little bit more. The audience can hear you better, but Alex might still have trouble hearing you come in.
Weird. I'm at 96.
I've got you on my Discord at practically 200 now, but audible.
BCO still at resistance. Nothing for us to really do here. Still have an exit signal. Corn at the local point of control. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually traded sideways here for a little bit. There we go. We'll see what happens.
Ooh.
Natural gas. Ooh. Turns resistance into support. Boom. We are going onwards. Next resistance, $5.40. As you guys know, we've been, ever since we had the breakout of this lower time frame ascending triangle, we've been kind of looking for a parabolic move here in natural gas, and we really are getting that right now. Yeah, with the weekly close here above $4.50, I don't see why we wouldn't expect $5.40 at this point. That's really the top of the next trading range. See here, boom, here, boom. It's a really great area to be targeting. We've got a nice fib confluence. Overall, looks good. Staying long here.
Can't wait for more expensive gas. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Love it. Bullish on being broke.
Soybeans looks really weak here, but it's also kind of hanging out in the liquidity of the low. Maybe we could get a reversal from this spot. Either way, like this is not the area to be shorting it from. Really, this was the area to be shorting it from. And now we just kind of have to sit here and watch. I do like the volume down here. That's why this is one of our first areas that we were originally targeting. Sugar, broken trend. Don't want it. Wheat is interesting. Maybe it's going to reverse here. I thought this wheat chart looked so strong earlier in the month.
Amazing what a couple days can do.
So true. Well, April's close, or excuse me, August close is actually kind of a rough monthly close. All right. I guess I withdraw my bullishness on wheat.
Wheat
World
bullishness.
markets. Sorry, go ahead.
Said wheat bullishness withdrawal.
Yeah. Australia looks super rough here. If
That's
we
one
break down from this upward this channel here, short the shit out of it. As a matter of fact, I think now is probably the opportunity to go short on it.
Said it yesterday as well.
We weren't sure if this was resistance or support. All this sideways with today's daily close and this continuation short signal from time transformation. I think this is time and the place to pull the trigger. Okay. We saw wheat. Maybe if I redraw this, we actually haven't broken the. So if we've got this on linear, then. So yeah. Let's look at log again. No. This feels like a trend break here. This is fine. We don't need to fix this line. This is good. Okay, so we really do seem to be getting a bounce here off of this support level that we've been eyeing. So far, we're just kind of like a little bit past our break even. We're in profit here, but this is not a spot where we're looking to take profits yet. This is just still right near our entry. So we're gonna keep an eye on it, but this looks good still for the bounce. Bouncing off of previous resistance, now support. France, this does not look so hot here. Yeah. Pretty firm rejection here. Look in the weekly. We rise above, so we hit this level, resistance. Move down, try it again on high momentum, slap, back down below resistance. We try this week 1, week 2, now week 3 at this resistance. Can't make it over. So we reject. We go down and we retest previous resistance as support. I think that's the most likely scenario here. Also very strong weekly bearish divergence, as you can see. So it's gonna kind of waterfall down here. Just splash. Hong Kong giving us an exit signal. If you took a long on the trend break here, now's the time to take profits. The UK, well, I am just going to heed the advice of Alex of the past. We're going to stay short on this. India, break of trend. That's too bad. So it's been quite a parabolic move on the Indian markets here.
Good.
So India, damn it. India here actually just getting more parabolically parabolic. So this is a log chart. As you can see, the trend gets stronger here on India. But now we've broken it. Now we've broken one of our uptrends. So I would be out of any longs here. It may not be time to short. We could always go sideways for quite a while. Look what happened here. But I'm not super stoked by it. Japan, potentially at resistance. This is a great place to be taking profits. You guys know we were eyeing this for quite a while here, the support level. We just kept banging on it. Boom, 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 boom. Started to break below it. Once we kept back above it, once we started closing it, it's not the time to be short anymore. It's time to start looking for longs. And then we take off right towards the top of the trading range here. Very nice retest. Very good opportunity to take profits. Netherlands breaking the uptrend below the daily baseline. Send it to hell.
Not you, Netherlands. Just.
You're even lower now, Jason.
Not sure what's going on.
Stay close to the mic.
We were a little late on shorting Singapore. Really, we should have done it up here near the top of the trading range. But we were kind of bullish that week, I guess. So we didn't really initiate our hypothetical shorts here until late August. Right now, we're in profit. If you look at this on the weekly, you'll see why we're willing to short this. It's because this chart looks real rough.
Terrible.
Just
Double
boom,
top.
boom, 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 boom. We just could not break resistance here. So if we can't go up, we must go down. That's how it goes. Very strong wicks to the upside here too.
Pull over any further.
Taiwan, just yesterday we were discussing it was make or break time. We were either going to need to add to the shorts here or we were going to be forced out of our position. Well, with time transformation give us an exit signal, I say fire Z double missiles. It's a perfect opportunity to add to the short.
We're giving her all she's got, Captain.
Yes. Set phasers to make the stock market cry and
to wipe liquidity.
Yeah. What about bonds?
Set phasers direct.
Yeah. Bonds showing a little bit of strength. 10-year. 2-year just at resistance still. 5-year, still kind of sideways here. I wouldn't classify it as either direction. What about the Russell?
Good.
Interestingly, Russell breaking back down below the level that we had previously been eyeing here.
Yeah.
So you recall, once we broke back up here, we had it kind of drawn like so. Actually, it was drawn from over here to go like that, and it just kind of didn't. It broke back up into this range, kind of scared us out of this short opportunity. But we could be back to looking to short the Russell here. Certainly, this looks an awful lot like distribution to me. If you held a gun to my head, I would rather take a short in this spot than a long in this spot. $30-year bonds showing a strong day. This could still break down further. I'm not too concerned. And the Wall Street 30. Oh, yeah. It's short in time. Just could make it over this resistance level. Strong continuation short signal on my system. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are like a minute past the hour. If you like, we can get into the request line about now. Begin to wind the show down in about 30 minutes, and open that DLive chest in 15. Sound good? Let's do it. In that case, let's put the first request up on the screen, guys.
Darling.
What do we have today? It's from Nick K. Nick K, you're first up on the request line. He says, I know we looked at ALGO yesterday, but can we take another look at it today after the breakout? All right, let's do it. ALGO.
That's why I said the darling of the day.
People have been sleeping on ALGO too long.
It's a beautiful day today, but today is really a day to be taking profits and not a day today to be longing. We're actually right at the top of the trading range, our area of resistance. So if we can, at this point, I would be willing to be long again if we close above $1.80, maybe $1.75. But this is an area I think to be a profit taker. Also, or if we close the weekly above, let's say $1.50. Yeah, if we close the week above $1.50, yeah, I'm there for this long. But while we're at resistance, I don't want this spot in particular. What's next?
All right, that was a look at ALGO for our boy Nick K in the live chat. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. We have the following for Nice Hash log into the YouTube chat. He wants to look at FEG on Chardex Brothers. Still seems like a low. All right.
All right, let's check it out. Yeah, it looks pretty crappy ever since we broke down here.
You're just trying to catch a reversal at that. It is historical support. I mean resistance.
Well, I think they're like stuck in this position.
Yeah, most likely.
I'm sorry. It looks like you're going to be even more underwater soon. I see much more downside ahead. Probably going to at least 14 whatever this is.
Gonna get
What's
ugly.
next?
All right, Nice Hash login. Godspeed to you, brother. Good luck with your FEG trade. Let's go ahead and get into this next one. All right, we covered, this is for Joe Mama of the DLive chat, and he writes, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's curious about the significant outliers that didn't get hit with the sell-off or recovered today. Example, ALGO, Harmony One. Well, we've looked at ALGO, so let's give Harmony One Chain a look.
Remember that movie, The One by Jet Li?
I don't, because I didn't watch it.
Oh man,
I like that. I remember that. That was actually pretty good. He just
yeah, it was. He like met himself from another dimension or something. It was
yeah,
weird.
it was multi-dimensional Jet Li's.
What a world to live in.
Nah, that's just your average Rick and Morty plot.
That's just an embarrassment of Jet Li's.
Why? Watching Jet Li fight Jet Li was awesome.
No, that's not what the word means in that context. It means you have a lot of something, and you have so much of it that it's embarrassing you have that much. You've ever heard of an embarrassment of riches?
I don't hang out with word park.
It's an idiom. I advise you to look it up. Let's continue.
Let's continue.
More like an idiot. That's me.
Oh boy.
It ain't rocket science.
Yeah, this is not rocket surgery.
Elon.
See, we can't even really take a continuation long signal here right now. This is an area of support and resistance. There's a lot of areas of support and resistance here. Is that really that helpful? So see, here we are resistance, and then we turn it into support right here. Yeah, we just really can't do anything with it without a continuation long signal. It's a nice day. We held the uptrend. Maybe it could continue. I have mixed feelings about it. What's next?
All right, so let's keep it rolling, guys. We got a few more requests to look at. I just looked at the one IMDb. Jason Statham was in that movie too. No wonder. Must be a good one. All right, let's keep it rolling. Then we have, oh yes, Near Protocol. Near, of course, also one of the outliers today. Let's give Near a very brief look.
Now that's a breakout.
Yeah. Damn near.
You know, yesterday was, I would say earlier today was the ideal time to get in. So yesterday we break out, you set your entry back near the previous all-time high. And then earlier today we scoop down towards it and then catch up.
Classic.
So I think if you're in Near, definitely keep holding. If you are considering entering Near, maybe we can continue from the spot. I mean, it was a very big day, but I think it's just gone. It's just gone.
You missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. We all missed it. Except the guy who's up 10x, he didn't miss it.
Yeah, he did good. All right. Well, shout outs to anybody riding the Near wave. There is a look at some of today's outliers. With that said, let's go ahead and get into. Oh yes, the gentleman with the Near request is in fact next, Mr. H. Does anyone know what the deal with Near is? I'm more than 10x from my entry, wondering why it's up 40%. Well, wonder no more. It's breaking out. People are buying. Exactly. We've covered Near just now, so shoutouts to Mr. H. Congrats on holding and riding Near this long. Great gains, I don't doubt it. Toes in the Sand over on DLive wants to look at the Coinbase stock. Coin. Yeah, let's do it.
Right now, there's not much we can do with this. We're below our moving average. We've got an exit signal on time transformation. WDAY is starting to turn negative, but we could be bouncing from the uptrend. It seems kind of unlikely, but I mean, we're right there. We haven't broken below it. So for right now, I think it's best that we sit on our hands. I wouldn't long here. It's probably most likely that we come all the way down here and retest the $210, $215 area again. If not, then most likely $230 at least.
All right.
What's next?
All right. There was your look at the Coinbase stock. Yeah, we haven't checked in on that in a while. All right. Excellent recap on that front. Big shout outs to Philly from Manchester, joins us in the live chat a few minutes ago. Philly, I see you, buddy. He said, shout outs from subtropical Manchester. It's super hot. Well, glad you're getting the heat wave. It's cooling off where I am, but let's keep it rolling, guys. We're gonna be stocking that DLive chest in just a few minutes to give away some lemons. Stand by for that. In the meantime, let's go look at the next request. Comes from Revolution on DLive requesting XRP, please.
You haven't heard too much about XRP these days, have you?
What do you mean?
I mean, usually people, at least some people, are always talking about XRP. They're not even in the news anymore.
I still read articles about it and the SEC.
I don't deep.
Yeah, there's nothing really to report here. We are kind of hanging out at a support resistance level. There's a chance we could bounce and head back towards resistance, but again, with us being below the daily baseline and turned under, yada yada yada, this looks like a lot of charts. It looks like AIDS, you know? Like, this is not something I want to buy into. If we make a new high, okay, cool. Like right here, with this firm rejection, this is not a great look. Especially with a broken uptrend, you know?
Indeed.
What's next?
Not a lot to add to that. That is XRP. Shoutouts to Revolution for that one. I'm going to get to the next request. We have Jag077 on DLive. How about Cardano and Axie? Well, let's give ADA a look.
Atta kid.
Well, you know, it's looking bad ever since it broke the uptrend, and then it broke down further. For right now, as long as we stay above $2.30, there's a chance we could bounce here.
Break.
Yeah. I would just be cautious about taking any direction until I knew for sure what was happening. What's next?
All right, I'm going to go stock the DLive chest, get it ready to open. In the meantime, let's go look at Axie, AXS.
Yep. Axie starting to break down here. This is probably your last chance to get into an Axie short or dump your Axie position. Cancel all Axies. Cancel all Axies. We're looking for a firm 80% pullback towards $13 again. That's the way I see it.
All right, you've been warned.
What's next?
All right, well, all Axies return to base, I guess. Good luck with the next big move in that one. Let's have a look here. I'm going to choose the next request and get it prepared to open the chest. I did stock over 700 lemons in today's chest, guys. We have Profit Bear. He writes, can I request ICP USD? I'm looking for another big entry point. You guys got me out of my $49 trade for a lower buy-in. So I got $30 entry and I'm looking to double for a double down moment. Okay, so he took our advice, got out at 49. He got his $30 entry. What to do next? Double down moment?
I probably wouldn't double down here. I think we could return to like $42 again.
Let this little bounce be the moment you take profit, and then because that's when you probably need to be loading up on your shorts.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doubling down here in this spot.
Caught a wick. That's awesome.
Yeah, for right now, I would say this looks pretty rough. What's next?
All Alright, big shoutouts to Profit Bear. There's your look at the Clown Posse. Let's go ahead and get into Rokoff over on DLive. Can we look at WDAY stock, please? I'm wondering when to exit. Thank you. That's WDAY, a traditional.
He's looking for what?
Where to exit. I'm wondering where to exit. I'm assuming he went long.
This isn't a bad spot. This is a good place to take profits. You're right at resistance.
Some profit for sure. Could keep marching up, but you don't want to risk that. You've already gotten the movement.
Yeah, this is a good place to take, you know, at least half off the table. I wouldn't be too greedy if I were you. Holding the uptrend for now. Maybe I'm just too bearish, but if you ask where, here. This is the spot. What's next?
Alright, I'm going to introduce the next request, and I'm going to go open the chest right away. So you've been warned, guys, about 30 seconds. Maybe by the time you hear this message, we're going to be opening up that DLive chest. Let's look here. We have SRM Serum. Poly B requesting Serum on the daily. Are there signs of recovery, they ask. Distributing,
No.
get him.
There are no signs of recovery here.
You will not
I
financially.
suppose that we could find some support on this resistance level, but with the broken uptrend and below our daily baseline and the rejection wicks, I just don't see it. I would be looking to get short in this area. What's next?
Alright, get shorty here. Let's keep it rolling. By the way, that DLive chest distribution is currently taking place, and it just went through. Congrats to our big winners today. We have among them Taz Blitz takes first place with over 160 lemons, Franklin MC with about 90 lemons, and Crypto Bull rounding out the number 3 spot with about 60 lemons for himself. Shouts to all the other guys who got lemons today too, but let's keep things moving along. We have only a couple of requests left now. What is one of the next ones? It's XMR. Jane Doe wants to look at Monero.
It's like every other chart that we've looked at, basically. It looks like crap. We've got a broken up trend. We're below the daily baseline. Try and catch a short. If we come up back towards resistance, we're going down. What's next?
Alright, simple, straight to the point. Let's hope the next few remaining don't all look identical as well. Well, let's have a look here. All Infinity on YouTube. Can we take a look at FTT and Solana?
Seems like we have a breakout on FTT. For now, I would be looking to take it for more upside. It's generally what you can expect when something is making new all-time highs, that it'll continue making new all-time highs. What's next?
All right,
Soul.
it was Soul as well. I was just looking at a couple of comments in the live chat. Blackbird saying XRP got boring. That's why. Lambo Dream says XRP army has been broken. Indeed, that's what I've observed as well. And someone says you need a 20% day on XRP to reignite. Oh, that was probably Jason. Yeah, 20% day to reignite things.
Yeah. Gotta
Well,
reignite
right now, I guess Soul can continue. I don't see any weakness.
Yeah, it's got continuation written all over it.
Well, what's next?
All right. Well, that was FTT and Solana for all Infinity. I guess I should have been packing those SBF bags for months now. Oh well. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get into the next one. It's Boris Bitcoin who writes requesting Tron. I'm looking at a discretionary short here potentially. The bounce here today looks like a good risk reward in order to take to the downside.
Pardon me?
So Tron, and he thinks there's a good risk reward on a short here. He wants to short the bounce.
I mean, yeah, it looks like every other chart, and it's right near resistance, and I think it's a good place to short. So I agree with you. This is a good place to short all these charts. Then every chart looks the same in the spot. Short this area. Everybody. What's next?
All right, that's the last request. Let me just see in the chat. I think there was maybe one last request coming late across the line. Perhaps not. Mr. 8 saying XRP treating me good as long as it remains above 30 cents. All right, yeah, you know, once you get in early enough, you can write it up. But the question is how many other tokens have performed exceptionally well, and XRP is still such a far cry from its previous all-time highs. Let's see here. Is there anything else? I think that was it. I could swear there was one more comment here. I didn't want to neglect anybody, but it's mostly talk of Jackie Chan movies in the chat. And that's about it. Oh, here we go. Found it. If you could, Alex, just be this generous and take a look at one last request, and it's going to be CRO. T-Dub in the YouTube chat. Let's look at CRO.
I thought someone had a request of Wing as well.
Yeah, that one too, actually. Let me go find out where that
Wing
was.
BTC. That's Alan
I know Wang Chung.
Ardeling.
Well, below the daily baseline, broke our uptrend. I mean, it's every other chart.
Every other chart.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's every chart was the same today, guys. Except for here in ALGO, we looked at this.
All right, so let's go
One
look
last request then.
Indeed, I'm putting it in now. Is it the Wing one?
Yep, Wing BTC.
Yep, Wing BTC. It's on the board now.
I'm gonna guess. Do nothing.
It's the 3-day.
Is this like the chicken wing token, redeemable for chicken wings at sports bars everywhere? No wing?
Wingstop.
What?
I just
I don't even know.
I think wing is a really stupid name for a token, but that's just me. I think it's chicken wings.
I mean, bro, we have cum rocket in the industry. This is nothing.
Say cum rocket's a thing.
Yeah, I'm desensitized. This is nothing.
Wing? Like, I can get behind Wing.
Yeah, I guess the buyback is good, but I also don't see much that we can do with it here in this spot. We're still kind of inside of our daily baseline. This is like not quite a continuation signal we can take. Arguably, we're over resistance. You know, this area. Yeah, I can't really get a read on this. I just wouldn't do anything with it.
All right, there you have it. There's a look at CRO. Big shots to or was that Wing? Sorry, my mistake. Was that Wing? Was that CRO? I'm losing track. That was Wing. Thank you very kindly for that look at Wing. Big shout outs to Aline Ardelian in the YouTube chat. Thank you very much for that. And finally, T-Dub writing CRO mainnet launches in October. Well, that's a little bit of fundamental news, something for people to chew on, but you know what it is. It's time to wrap things down.
That's just so stupid. I don't even want to talk about it.
What's that? CRO mainnet news as a fundamental point of excitement? Yeah.
I mean, that's exciting. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it.
Indeed.
To answer the question would make you guys think I care about Crow's mainnet, and I don't. Don't answer my question.
My man, the Crow mainnet is the one to take over the whole game. Nobody sleep on the Crow mainnet. They're gonna do magical things over on Crow.
Burger, son.
The new mainnet. But yes, Alex1223 in the live chat. Thank you for your time, gentlemen. Thank you guys from Aline over on YouTube. Tazblitz, thanks CC. Big shouts to B-Flow, Crypto Bull, Electric, Justin Wise still in the chat. Shout outs to everybody kicking it with us this Wednesday afternoon, the hump day. Oh yeah, we do have a mentoring session. Even more reason to get out of here briefly and to the point. Let's go for it.
I'm gonna be canceling the mentoring session. It's just I've got too much stuff on my plate this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Well, the mentoring session. Sorry to tease you guys with that one, but Alex indeed too busy for mentoring session. That's all right. We'll do it next Wednesday. If anything, we'll be making some tweaks around here at the CC offices anyway. So I think we'll be doing lots of fresh new things, including more mentorship sessions. But yeah, do check out Premium if you want to learn about those mentorship sessions. Check out Premium, premium.krakencryptocurrency.com. Learn about our premium offerings, our education material, our mentoring. Man, we do a lot to help coach and shape up these retail traders with a boot camp called Pathways to Profits, and get you trading like a boss, kind of the way we do it here on the stream each and every day. If you guys like our trading style, I encourage you to look at Pathways to Profits and all our education material over on Premium. Finally, do join the Discord, discord.krakencryptocurrency.com. Great way to stay tuned in and plugged into all things CC, all our trading, etc. So many important links can be found over on the Discord. Be sure to also find the timestamps. The timestamps will be below in the description shortly after the show winds down. Easily reference anything you might have missed during the course of today's show. But we gotta go. Much love to you all. Final words to the analyst.
Thanks. Trade safely.
Trade safely. I mean, for me, my sentiment hasn't changed for weeks now. I've been bearish for a while, and we're finally starting to see the evidence of that. Don't get too caught up into your own biases on lower time frames. We look bearish, so we might get some relief pumps here to stop out those early shorters, but I think the overall trend is to the downside.
All right, peace out, guys. You've heard it here from the perma bears. The trend is outside.
Not forever.
I know, I'm just playing with y'all. Let's get out of here.